Good morning, Kabroda crew. Welcome back to our live stream. Hopefully, y'all are doing well today. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll be jumping into the charts again today, checking out Bitcoin, setting up our battle box, getting ready for today for the Turkey Day. Um, Morning to Spirit Maker and Dawson. Happy birthday, or good morning to you guys. Uh, yeah, we're just gonna jump into the charts here, get them ready for today. We had a nice little spike up yesterday, uh, right into really, I don't even know. Let's see. We were kind of above our 4 hour 21 here. It broke above our 1 hour. Just kind of hit some resistance, I guess. Trading sideways into our 5 minute. But we're going to go ahead and throw this levels into the battle box and see what it says, see uh, what levels we have to go through today, which way we're possibly going to go, and see if maybe we can get a trade on Thanksgiving. So we'll head on over to our GPT here and jump on in. Afternoon, Thursday nap. We're going to go to our GPT and we're going to start up our daily market review here. If you guys want to follow along, go ahead and check out our description. We got our battle box link in there, completely free to use. You can just click on it, go to our battle box, and follow along with us as we set up today's DMR. There's also some links to our X account and also our channel, I believe, so you can check out those. There's also some different playlists and stuff that we have, so check all those out. There's a whole trading course down in there, completely free. But today we're going to do these battle box here. So we got our different time frames here, FRVP levels, and then we got our optional things that we need to throw in here as well. We're going to start with the optional things actually getting our news, and then also our fear and greed index here. If you guys don't already know, TradingView does have a deal going on. So if you guys are looking to upgrade your memberships, now is the time. We've got that Black Friday sale. Great time to jump onto that. We're going to go ahead, though, and grab the different news events and stuff. So I'm going to head back to my other screen, open up Google here, and we're going to check out this website called cryptocraft.com. Then we're going to go to today, the 27th, open it up, and we have no news events for today, so nothing exciting. Take a little screenshot of that just so we have it. And then the second thing we're going to pop open is our fear and greed index. We're going to go to CoinMarketCap. And then today we're looking at a 18 on the fear and greed index scale. Still pretty far on the fear side, but not as far as we have been. We were about 10 earlier this week, or last week, I don't remember. A little bit earlier this month, I guess. We're going to head back to our battle box here and throw that screenshot in there. And then all we need to do now is grab the different chart time frames, grab the FRVP levels, and then get the 30-minute range here. So we'll start with these different screenshots that we need. Yeah, fear and greed is going up towards the greed side here. slowly, but see. We're gonna start with this 4 hour. I'm gonna go to the object tree here though, and take off my lines that I have drawn on here, and that will just make it so my chart's nice and clean, easy to use. You can either do it like I just did it with a folder with all your lines in it that you like to have on your chart or off your chart, and just turn it off, or you can go over here to the little eye over on the left. Oh, wrong screen. Eye over here on the left, and click hide drawings, or you could be over here on the object tree and click hide like I did. All right. Next, we're just going to get a screenshot. So you want to zoom out a little bit. You're going to double click on all three different indicators, all of your indicators that you have. I guess I have three. We have the MACD, RSI, and the Soch RSI. So if you would like to run your chart just like ours, you can go ahead and grab those. You can see them all right here. MACD, CVC, 5MA. Those are the different EMAs here that we have on the chart. And then the MACD, RSI, and Stoches are all the indicators. So if you want to grab those, go ahead. But what we're going to do, zoom out a little bit, auto everything, grab a drink of coffee, and then we're going to do a little screenshot here. We're going to grab the 1 hour here, and we're just going to move down the list, grab a screenshot, throw it into your GPT here. Got 2 of them uploaded already. 1 hour 15's next. Screenshot and drop it in there. Then the 5-minute here. Last but not least. Alright, now we can go ahead and grab the FRP levels next. These are pretty simple too. So we're going to head to that 1 hour chart. And this one's, you can actually do this on any chart, but this is the easier chart to do it on because what we're looking for is just 2 different hours. So if you just grab this chart, you can just use the, just find the hour candle that it is. You don't have to search through a bunch of different candles. And we're going to go down 4 from the crosshair. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to click over, go down to fixed range volume profile. And we're going to use that. And then we're going to go from 12 to 12 UTC. For me, that's I'm at -6 UTC here in Texas. So I'm going to be 6 to 6. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and throw my morning FRVP levels back on. If you guys don't already have some levels like this, you can go ahead and draw them for yourself. It's just Alt-J. You're just going to want to drag and drop them just like this. Spirit Maker is asking if this is the bottom. Asking about the bottom. Possibly. We'll kind of have to see on that one. We didn't really get like a nice turnaround pattern, so this could just be a run up here before it dump down a bit farther. I'll have to kind of do a little TA on that before we can say for sure. Okay, so we got our lines leveled up here. Like I said, hit Alt-J if you don't already have these lines. Go into settings. You could change everything about the line, color, what the thing says. Crypto X is saying we're at the bottom. Yes, yeah. But I don't know. That's so. You never want to listen to a bunch of people like that. That's So yeah, that's normally it's the opposite whenever you see that. And if you see crypto X saying that we're at the bottom, then that means we have more room to go down. Um, anyways, so we got our FRVP levels on here. Got all of our things lined up. Volume area highs can go red, VOCs going yellow, and volume area lows going on the blue. Can just we're actually going to grab all of them before we go ahead and input them into our GPT here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off these actually first, and then I'm going to turn on my morning ones, and we're going to move the back of our FRVP tool we used here. We're going to move it from 6 to 2, and then I'm just going to drag and drop, same thing, just like last time. Hold that dry powder. Go ahead and drop our levels on there. Like I said, volume area high is red, yellow is POC, and blue is your volume area low for this FRVP tool. Looks like we already broke out of our volume area low today. Go ahead and close this out. We won't need it anymore. And now we can open up our other 3 lines, and that's kind of what they're going to look like. That's all of our levels set up. Now we just got to input them into our GPT here. So the easiest way I found to do this is how long I've been on the wrong screen, but we're on the right screen now. So we're going back to our GPT here that you guys probably been looking at the whole time, and we're just going to type in FRVP levels, and then we're going to do a 24-hour section and a morning section, but we're going in the 24-hour we're going to put volume area high, point of control, volume area low, and then in the morning, same thing, volume area high, point of control, and volume area low. And then the last thing we'll throw on here just for now is the 30-minute candle, high and low. If you accidentally send it in like that, you can just copy it and throw it back into here. It shouldn't be able to do it without the different levels like we just made. The only annoying thing is you gotta separate them back out if you want to have them looking nice. Just make sure whenever you go to the next line, you're hitting shift and enter before you go. Otherwise, you'll end up sending it in like I did. Turkey comma. So that's what our trades will look like now, or our that's what our levels will look like. So now we can just go ahead and throw them in there. So we'll head back to our actual trading view chart, and this is what it looks like since you guys probably didn't see me set it up. And then the nice thing with using the object tree, which if you don't know how to use the object tree, check out our video. We do have a video covering easily how to use it and how to use it to get different levels and organize it and all that. So we got our different levels already organized and nicely in here. So all we have to do is go down the list. You can go ahead and double click. It'll open up settings for you. You want to head to the coordinates tab and then copy the coordinates out of there. We'll go back to our GPT here and we can just drop them in. Just like that, moving down the list. POC, volume area low, and we'll just go through, dropping them all in. We got to go all the way through all 6 of them before we can go ahead and get that 30-minute candle. That would be the last thing that we need, and then we should just be able to send that in, and the battle box will be able to figure it out from there. Okay, so now we need that 30-minute candle. We got all of our different levels in there. 1 hour leads into 21. We'll have to check that out. So we got our levels in there. Next, we'll get the high and the low here. So we'll head to the 30-minute here on TradeView, 30-minute chart. You can take off the lines if you'd like to. I'm going to leave them on today. We're just going to hover over the 6:30 candle. That's 12:30 UTC, 6:30 my time. We're going to hover over that, and then we're going to go up here at the top. It will have the high and the low in numbers. You can see it right under Kabroda on my screen. If you tap the data window section over here in the object tree, you can see the high and the low as well over here. Easier place to find it. So we got 91,319 for the high. 91,319 for the high. And for the low, we got 99.14. Just go ahead and send those in. Gravy on GPT, and let's get a trade set up. Spirit Maker, you must just be asking AI to make all this Thanksgiving stuff. Alright, so if you've never seen a DMR before, first things first, we got some breakdowns of different trade that we can look at taking. We got some breakdowns of the time frames here. Just basically a little breakdown of the different indicators and such, and then we got basically a little summary down here on each one. So we'll run through those, and then we're going to do a little TA of our own. So heading back to TradeView, we'll start with that 4 hour. Is kind of annoying. It already kind of broke down, but so the 4 hour, the battle box says prices pulling back after touching a cluster of 4 hour EMAs. I guess it's really after kind of coming up and rejecting off of, I believe this is 100. Yeah, the 100 MA. So we got that price pulling back after rejecting off of that. MACD momentum is still positive, but you can see it is starting to roll over. RSI is mid-range, slight loss of strength. As you can tell from the purple faster moving average kind of coming back down. Looking to retest the slower moving average, and the stochages are topping and curling down. Stochages are not something we typically worry about on the longer time frame, so no need to worry there. As for this 4 hour, I'm still seeing a sort of uptrend here. We did kind of break it here, but you're seeing a uptrend pattern after a downtrend, which typically means you're going to see some more downtrend. Question is, did we truly break it here, or did we just do a false move to the upside and we're going to break back down, break back into our pattern, and then continue it down farther? 75 is looking like the target as of right now for the smaller pull, I guess. This is probably more accurate here. Looking more at 79, so 80,000 about. If we took full pull, I doubt it's going to go down this far, but full pull would be about 68,000. So possible retest of 68,000. More than likely, we're looking for that 80,000 zone if we're going to continue down like this. The battle box, their summary is the 4-hour takeaway, HGF momentum cooling down after a bounce, and not confirmed trend shift yet. Yep. So basically, we got that breakout here. We haven't confirmed it yet. If we get that bounce off of this trend line here, that'll kind of tell us that we are looking to flip it and continue to the upside. As of right now, though, we are looking still for more downside, or still look like we're in that pattern at least, until we get that close and retest there. Only need AI for Kabroda Battle Box. 70k would be juicy for me to add to my Ledger cold wallet. Yep, that's a good time to add to your hodl position, stuff like that. Pretty much on any Bitcoin or altcoin, really. Good time to add. Next, we're going to move to the 1 hour. I'm going to go ahead and drop my lines here. So 1 hour. So for the 1 hour, we broke above our 200 here yesterday into last night, I believe. Yep, into last night. And then into today, we've kind of come up here, and then we broke below the 21. Maker pointed that out earlier. That's mostly a problem because typically whenever you see the break of the 21, which is why we get out on the 5-minute here, whenever you see this break, you tend to reverse back to the 200. So we just broke this 21 here. Next move would be break back down to here. Will be not always, it doesn't always work like that, but typically most of the time you see that. As you can see here, we got this breakdown, came up. Once we got above that 221, we went right back to the 200. But again, it's not always the case. So as you can see, broke down, came up, and that was kind of signaling, though, that was the end of the trend, and we continued up to 200 again there. But it's not always right away, and it's not always perfect. Broke it a couple times here, and it never got that retrace. So 100% no, but more than likely you're seeing that cross here, and that'll tell us that we're going back to this 200. As for the battle box, it says price rejected from the 90 to 91k zone, local supply near the morning volume area high. MACD has a bear cross developing, and RSI is rolling over from the -6 or the 60 into mid range. Soch is down in a deep down cycle. So we got that roll here on the MACD. The RSI, you're starting to see that roll way up here at 70. We're seeing the roll down. I believe it's talking about the fast moving average when it said 60, moving down to 50. You're seeing the roll on the slower moving average, though, which is not a good sign for trying to take the trend up, because you're seeing that roll over there. That means we'll typically continue down. Stoches, again, not applicable really on this chart, but they are down in the oversold range, so they're looking to flip to the upside. The 1 hour takeaway is we have a clear LTF roll cooling and loss of drive. Short-term momentum is fading. Yeah, price action likes to go to the mean. Exactly. Yep, exactly. Always trying to go back to that 200 there. What else do we see on this chart? Not a whole lot. There was somewhat of a pattern forming here, a upwards pendant, which typically means you will flip directions. So we got the price actually going up here, and then you flip and you go back down, which just kind of confirms what we were already saying about it. Yeah, not a whole lot really going on. Bit of bullish divergence, but we already played it out. So yeah, nothing really exciting going on. Moving on to the 15 here. So for the 15, the battle box says we have a local pullback from the local high into the 50-minute 200 EMA zone. It's saying there EMA. We use the EMAs, but that's looking way down here, so it's got a decent amount of run. But like we said, below the 221, so that should be coming soon. That 200, we're looking to retrace back to there, possible. You got the MACD continuing bearish. RSI is drifting lower with no bullish divergence. Stoch is bottoming out, but not showing clean reset here. Yeah, make that turkey gobble by hitting the like button. Yep, that'd be much appreciated. Helps us get out to more people. Helps, yeah, just get us to where we can help more people learn how to trade and get into financial freedom. So, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, that'd be great for our channel and just for us in general. So, thank you. We're moving on here to really we're just looking for that drop here onto the on the 15 to look for that 200. We are losing momentum here on the MACD there, and RSI is continuing down. So it's looking like we're going to get a little pullback here, possibly already getting it, and then we'll see that flip downwards. Stoches are telling us so we have some room to go up, so possibly a little bit more of a pullback, maybe retest that 21 here on the 15 before we continue downwards. That's kind of what we're looking at for the 15. No real patterns forming besides a small little micro pattern here. Kind of forming a little flag. How big is this going to be? I don't know. We'll have to see. We could continue this flag and then flip down, continue down. If that flag ended up playing out, we would have a target probably right around the 200. Right around where the 200 could be, I guess. It could drop a little lower than that. Have to watch and find out. Need a breakdown on the 15-200 to go bearish. True. Yep, so we're not looking for that bearish trade until we get a close below the 15-200, and we're not looking for a bullish trade until we get back above the 21. So right now we're kind of in that middle zone. Honestly, kind of expecting to be pretty much in that all day. Typically holidays like this are pretty slow trading days just because everybody's celebrating or hanging out with family, stuff like that. So they're not really on the market, so we don't get a lot of volatility or price action today. So we're looking for it to be in here all day. Does that mean it can't trade down? No, but more than likely it will probably stay around here. So moving on, we'll throw the 5-minute up here. First thing, notice we are below both. Well, we were below both. Now we're below just the 200, in between the 200 and the 21. Seeing kind of the same thing as on the 5, that little pattern forming here. This one looks honestly more of a sideways pattern, but either way, we are looking to break down still more than likely. The battle box says price is attempting a small bounce off the 90.2K, but still under pressure. MACD is attempting to curl positive. RSI is slightly bullish curvature, but still weak. And Stoch has already fired a cycle up from oversold. 5-minute takeaway is the micro bounce only, requires structure for confirmation. So, kind of confirms what I just said. We're looking at that micro bounce there. Seeing that little pattern form, looking for some more downside. RSI is telling us that we have decent amount more room to continue upwards here. We got that curl there, and we're seeing a lot more room upwards. MACD also just fired here on, refired, I guess, on the um, bullish side. So we have a lot more room to go on that one as well. The question is, will we be able to break that 200? It is a possibility. But the 15, you got to remember, also was saying down, so we're looking for more of that downside here. All right. Check out the rest of the battle box. So we got some sentiment, so you can see what the fear and greed index was. If you didn't already look at it when you sent it in, 5 minute looks like a bear flag, or is it? Yep, that's what's hard of trading, really. Like, it's hard to tell. Are we actually in a bear flag? I would say so, but it could also be a flip here. The Stoches and RSI also are kind of calling that, but the 15-minute does look like it's more of a bear flag. So we'll have to watch and see. But again, it doesn't really matter because we can't really do anything with it yet. We want to know, tell us what to do. Well, we're not financial advisors here, so we're just here to help you learn. Um, it's more like your trading is just kind of you're you're basically taking the lesser risk is essentially what you're doing. So you're kind of just figuring out which way it's more likely to go, and then you're taking a bet on which way it's going to go. It's essentially what you're doing in your trade. So basically, what I'm saying is, I don't know which way it's going to go. It could go either way. Um, but it's more likely to go down, is what I'm saying. So you could see that up around here, though. You'll just have to kind of watch. Um, is the odds in the best favor to go down? No. That's why I wouldn't be looking at a trade right now. But that's just how it's. Yeah, it's gambling in a way, I guess, but not really. It's different. It's more educated guessing. Normally, when you're gambling, the house always wins. Here, we have a lot more room to win. The odds are more in our favor. Yeah, life's a gamble. Um, Back to our GPT here. You got some different PP levels, trade strategy outlooks, news. If you didn't read it, we don't have any today because there's nothing. Uh, Execution, considerations, things to watch out for in trading, weekly zone reference, YAML levels. All stuff you could check out if you want to make your own battle box. We're not going to go over too much into those. Honestly, that's pretty much it for today. There's not really a whole lot to look at doing. We're kind of waiting here on the battle or the actual charts to kind of tell us what we're doing. If we get that run down here and get below the 200, then we could possibly looking at taking a trade here to the downside. But as of right now, and we could do the same if we get up here above the 221 and look for that break and retest of the 24-hour volume area high. Could look at taking an up run here as well. But yep, really, y'all just enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy um, hanging out with family, getting to know people. Um, Hopefully a little better. Just having a good old time, having some turkey, having some deviled eggs, some stuffing. Yeah, y'all enjoy your Thanksgivings, and we will catch y'all next week here on Tuesday for our next live. Thanks for coming, y'all, and we'll see y'all next time.